Among the plethora of game releases that 2022 saw, some being great and some downright hideous,
Let's go rob a payday loan place.
And you know how we should celebrate afterwards.
Karaoke!
Yes!
one game that garnered not many eyeballs that is indeed a gem that most glanced over, probably playing Fortnite. Signalese is an indie survival horror game released on October 27th of last year. It's a game that essentially pays homage to an entire era of horror games back in the mid to late 90s, specifically the original Resident Evil game. They even have the same health spray, look at that. So without further ado, here's why you should play Signalese. In a game about survival, audio plays an integral role in setting the anticipation aspect of the game. As you explore hallways and empty rooms, you're mostly greeted with an eerie sound that fills the void of having to go through such tasks. The audio does not persist, however, as some areas welcome you with different music notes to further suit the setting. For example, when you enter a save point room, if you stay for long, the background music changes to this beautiful melody. The artistic direction that Signalese took further downs the aspect that this game is a wonderful nostalgic trip. Having a pixelated look along with some 3D element being in place. Doubling down on that premise, the game also features no faces for the most part in its cutscenes, reminding you of yester games such as the Metal Gear Solid games. Mixed with that, the game also treats you to wonderfully laid out cutscenes with various forms of arts, some just being typography and some being anime segments. So yes, there are waifus in the game. Happy now? The game also presents you with the option to how the presentation might look like, adding film grain and CRT effect to the options of display. Signalese has a stationary camera, much like the old Resident Evil games where you move, it moves with you, as you go from one room to the other collecting items, solving puzzles to further your progress. These puzzles start easy with you having to reach a room to get a key or a code to open the door to the next chapter of the story, and gradually become harder as you collect many items, solving one mystery to solve a bigger mystery. Along the way, you're met with various of enemies that you can eliminate by picking up various weapons on your way. Or you can play just passively, deciding to move around them, although some enemies are bosses and you cannot avoid those. This game setting only adds more to the suspense of having to move from one room to the other, not knowing whether you'll find a key to the puzzle or die before saving, pulling you with each open door to play more and more out of the intrigue to see what's behind that door. The game then switches up things by having a small segment of first person where you're not told what and why you're here. A nice little touch the game added is that the entirety of the game you collect items that can help you on the puzzles that are present within the area you're in, with one small exception of a hexagon plate that you pick up early in the game and not use until the final puzzle of the entire game. Ah yes, the story. How fitting indeed it was. In a world where you're not told how or what got you here, you cling on to the only familiar face you recognize in hopes of getting answers as you traverse in a post-apocalyptic sci-fi world where totalitarian rule used to be the norm, searching aimlessly from chamber to chamber for answers as you desperately cling on to that one person you hope to see again, as they left you in a trail of the unknown, until finally you understand that with each answer and puzzle you solve, you only get more questions in return, and you're left in despair.